Live at the 7 a.m. hour.
Why do I look so pale? Like, I
Well,
look like a different level of pale than you are. Your skin looks like it has life in it, and mine doesn't.
I started using this stuff called Bro Glow. Have you ever heard of that? This tanner for the boys. I like
Oh,
it.
so you're using fake tanner.
Well, see, my hands aren't messed up though. But yeah, I mean, within the last week, you do 6 sprays into the hand, then you rub it, then you rub your face, and then there's like a mitten glove for the body, and then you have like this shimmy shaker for your back. And you get the back.
Where do you come up with this shit?
It's all Instagram ads. They hit me hard.
Dude, they got me so bad with this grill. It's not a grill. It's I don't know what it's called. I get emails for it all the time. It's like this circular metal fireplace. And they just kept on hitting me and hitting me and hitting me, and I was like,
Is it
"Oh my gosh."
is it the Solo?
Yeah,
Like the smokeless? Yeah, it's great.
so
That's a
dope.
good buy.
Yeah. I mean, it was $250. I haven't even started it yet. I'm gonna have a fire this week, so I'm super excited.
My
Yeah,
dad got
Solo. Nick Hoyer knows one. Dude, they
the
got all of us.
the Han Solo.
Like, how the fuck did that company do so well? I mean, it's just a metal fire pit. It's not like that innovative.
Well, the difference between that and other fire pits are it's smokeless. So you're sitting around, you aren't going to smell like campfire because of the convection of the air and everything. It circulates it in, man. There's not a lot of smoke that's coming out that you like burns your eyes and stuff.
Huh. I didn't even know
Yes.
that. I
Yeah.
got it just because I thought it looked clean. Like, I'm gonna
Oh,
start having these fireplaces on my porch. Hey guys, I totally forgot to bring my water in here. So you hold the show for 30 seconds. I just want to make sure I'm
yeah.
hydrated for this run session.
We're not sponsored by Solo, but Solo is a great company. Now, hey Jared, how you doing, bud? Yeah, they are look cool looking. Yeah, I think that's kind of the benefit of it, or what sets itself apart and gives it its advantage over other fire pits is the smokeless aspect, to where your eyes aren't burning, you aren't smelling like campfire at the end of the night. Hello from Egypt. Aisha, did you travel to Egypt? What time is it there? What up, Bartok? Hunter, just so you know, Hunter is here today. He's just scooping up some hydro and making sure he's properly hydrated. What are your thoughts on the math for the heart rate? Birthday Wednesday. My mom's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Mom. On vacay, it's 5 p.m. Holy shit. Aisha's in
What's going on here? Look at all these people. Dude,
dude,
Bartok.
Aisha's in Egypt right now.
Dude, that's probably like the last place in the world I wanted to visit. I actually just got this new app called Nibble, and it's like they got me. This is another ad where it's almost like Duolingo. I think it's probably the same company. And it's like all this like philosophy and history. And it's like, what place do you want to learn about? And it was like Egypt's an option. And I was like, skip.
Mm. See, I'm very interested in Egypt for the fact of King Tut. King Tutankhamun.
Why do you like him so much?
I don't know, just I think it was 8th grade history class. We just started to learn about them. And he was a boy king, and then he died early. I don't have much research on him. I just remember that story sticking out, and it always had an interest for me.
There's definitely some really cool cultures. I mean, Egypt is one of the ones where I think, I don't know, it seems like based on the information that's coming out, there's this aligned period of time where there's multiple civilizations around the world that seem to be having like a ton of this like really crazy advancements in civilization, building, knowledge all around the same time. And most of it centered around Egypt, having these crazy temples and all this weird shit. So, have you ever seen Stargate?
No, I haven't
Such a
watched that.
good
Is that
movie.
Tim Allen?
No, 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 no. It's another guy. Um, but I don't know. I tell us, Aisha, how is Egypt?
She said the people are too much.
Cool.
What does that mean?
The people are too much. I think dudes are like super overly sexual. Is that
Mm.
true? I had a girl that I was dating that went there, and she said the dudes were just harassing her. Aisha, tell us. She's a pretty girl, so I want to know what they've been doing to you, Aisha. TJ, some random dude met me at the airport in Cyprus last year. Now we're best friends. Are you the dude who just came back from like that whole spiritual trip, TJ? I think we flew back to London together, something like that.
Driver.
Dude, is your mom's birthday?
Yeah.
Solid, dude. What are you gonna do for
her? We are gonna go out to eat on the weekend. We're all together. They're gonna drive over, I think, to Crown Point. She is a strong 61.
Oh, your parents had you young.
Yeah, she's deadlifting like crazy, man. I
Still
think
working with Parker.
Yeah, she can do what? I think she's hitting like 135 on deadlifts.
That's solid.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting?
And to her point, it's like she just started deadlifting probably like 3 months ago. Like she's been building up, and now she's hitting deadlifts and back squats and box squats and stuff.
That's solid, dude. So Aisha's talking about how they're pushy. They want you to buy stuff, harassing you. So Aisha, those are called gypsies. Those are called dirty fucking gypsies. I've spent more time traveling around these places, not at least Egypt, but I was living in Barcelona, spent a lot of time in Rome. The gypsy people over there just will not leave you alone. And I almost got in a fight with a pack of them, and I pushed the guy really hard because he tricked me. This was a dirty fucking trick. It's the middle of summer in Rome. I'm there with my buddy. He's like, water. And I was like, cool. And he's like, whole bag, €5. And I was like, perfect. So I gave him €5. And then all of a sudden he was just like, he handed me a bag. It was all empty bottles. And I was like, what?
Oh no.
I was like, why would I buy empty bottles? He's like, you give it to money. And I was so thirsty. I just slammed him against the wall. I was like, give me my fucking money. And then he just made this like, cry. And next thing you know, they're all like blasted out of the walls. Yeah, they swarmed us. But it's like me and two big buff white guys. Like, yeah, they might have had blades, but I would have fucking squashed their skulls in, dude. Kidding me, dude? It would have been like a pumpkin fight. It would have been done. But those gypsy bastards have ruined Rome, and I'm sure the same gypsy bastards have ruined Egypt. I don't know where the fuck they're from, and this has nothing to do with some kind of like me like having anything against ethnic groups. It's just more of like a cultural gypsy.
But we have them here in the States. Yeah, we have them here in the States. They're in the streets, and they're in touristy areas, and they just give those cities bad names.
Oh no, dude, these are a different population. You know the difference between like a rat or a mouse and like a New York City rat? It's just like a different monster. These motherfuckers are different.
Now, well, I've seen the one video of the New York City rat like bringing a whole cheese pizza, like a cheese pizza in its mouth, bringing it back to the colony, ripping through the subways.
So last time Alex and I were in Barcelona, it was myself, him, and this girl, and we were all walking down the streets, and these gypsies, they play these dirty tricks where they press their bodies against you, and if they do one pressure point, they reach around and grab something from your other pocket. As they're talking, they try to dance with you and stuff. And I just took the guy and I body slammed him into the wall really, really hard, and all the gypsies got scared. You have to scare gypsies. So Aisha, the fact that you wanted to slap, it's a power move. Gypsies do not know how to handle physicality. They're kind of like they're like Ewoks from Star Wars. They're tiny. They travel in packs. You have to use big force against them. Yeah.
You guys set the tone.
Dude, I went to a baby shower this weekend, and I am officially.
Did you guys have baby shower games?
Oh yeah, they were awful. They were awful. I totally get why chicks like that's a chick thing, and now it's become like chick and dude thing. What was I gonna say? I'm the last of the Mohegans. Literally every single one of my friends is married with kids now, and everyone's just looking at me like I'm some kind of like mid-30s pervert who just like can't get his life together. It's like, hey man, it's great. You're doing so well. When are you gonna settle down, loser? I'm like, God, why are you guys so harsh?
I remember playing like a bingo game, but also there's the baby shower generally designated for the women. But then have you ever heard about the diaper party?
Is that for dudes?
Yeah, yeah, it's a diaper party for dudes. You just hang around, you bring a diaper, a box of diapers, and then it's just dude hour. You drink beers, you can play some games.
Honestly, I wish that we had done that because like the girls and the guys were very separated during this party. And the women are all like, ah, and then us guys are just sipping on beers. I'm like, what the fuck are we
What
doing
is
here?
going on?
Yeah, that's my wife over there acting like a crazy person. All the women have baby fever or they already have babies. I actually think I'm starting to get baby fever.
Yeah,
Like I
watching the soccer moms push the baby carriage.
well, my brother, who's like my true blood brother, the person who's just got the most genetic DNA makeup as me as any other human being on the planet. We have the most similarities. He's
Mhm.
got 2 girls now.
Mm.
And the first one came out and like I liked her and had a lot of fun with her and now we're really really bonding. And now his second one came out and I don't know why but like when we see each other she's just a baby like lock eyes. I'm like what are you doing to me?
She
What's
knows.
up, dude? Yeah, I know. I'm like, yo, quit fucking throwing these eyes at me, baby.
So,
And now
what
I'm like, I think it can
was that
happen.
your niece that, you were sampling her big burger?
Yeah,
Her
that,
burger on a
that's
tray?
Margot. The other one's Win. Wynn's the one that locks eyes with me. Margot and I have an incredible relationship because I'm Uncle Hoo Hoo,
Mhm.
as you can see. And do you have nieces and nephews?
Yeah, well, yeah, my sister just had a baby
Yeah,
girl, Lydia. Yeah, 2nd.
that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm. This is my sixth. I'm
Wow.
uncle of six now, and like, it's not that I didn't want to have kids. I've always wanted to have kids, but you say you want to have kids, and then all of a sudden one day it just hits you, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I think I'm gonna have kids soon." But do you think you're gonna have kids?
I don't know. Probably not. But,
Really?
I don't know. My girlfriend has 3 kids. I think that is more than enough.
Yeah,
I
but you don't
can
want to
I
just have
can be a
one of your
well,
own?
I could be a great, bonus dad.
That's
I think
solid.
they call it, yeah, it's called bonus dadding.
Can we let's spend some time on this dude. This Braylon Tender dude's back. Let's Google Braylon
Okay,
Tender.
here we go.
Let's do some serious work and find out. Oh wow, there's a lot of
He
uh
might have his warriors in here because Braylon isn't texting this, it's Javier Acosta.
well, I would trust anybody named Javier. That's not the
Braylon
biggest douchebag Spanish name of all time.
Tender, uh,
So if
retreat,
you
I guess?
Google Braylon Tender retreats, you can't find anything. So,
When I
ooh,
typed in Braylon Tender retreat, the top thing that showed up was Hope for Ashlyn Hope, a Facebook, probably a GoFundMe page. Tender Wild Retreats.
is this the guy?
There's I hope this is it. Let me add in. Let's add in this screen
I'm on a totally different
because
page.
if this is it, this is awesome. Look at this. There's Pi Therapy, Cry Camp 1 and Cry Camp 2.
Solid, solid. I like this guy, TJ. TJ and I met on this journey moving through a weird point in my life. I was just getting back into doing high rocks. He was just getting back from like some crazy kind of retreat. TJ, you got to tell us what you were actually at. I can't remember the details of it. And we had some pretty prolific stories. And he was right. Like he was saying, there's so many charlatans. Like Braylon Tender may just be a mythical beast, and there's
Might be
no
a
way to
women's.
actually find him on the internet.
It might be just one of those. If you know, you know, and if you don't, then you just have to be on, the inner circle.
I think I'm going to become a spiritual guru soon.
After that, have you had any more stream how to quit my it's
I
not good when you Google this guy's name. There's, SoundCloud and Reddit streams that aren't favorable, I guess.
everything's on SoundCloud.
Mhm.
I am Builder's so good. I am having a meeting with my shaman on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Have you gone for a second round?
Well, not of like, the experience we did before, but I'm going to meet with him Wednesday.
Do you think that because it was such a good experience, do you think that the elements will line up like it did before and you can have the same thing? Or was that just such a true, like, something that can't ever you can't reach that level again? Or you think it's possible to reach that level of what you found?
I think I just need to keep on going back in there.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's like one of these kind of things like getting barreled by a wave. Like you've never been barreled and all of a sudden you perfectly get it and you're like in this moment, you're like, whoa. And then you're like chasing it and chasing it and chasing again. And then like you just have to find alignment. Like I compare a lot of very efficient things and flowy things in life to surfing because surfing is actually effortless. If you
Mhm.
watch people like myself in the water, we're doing more work than anybody. The best surfers do like 1, 2, 3 to get up, and then they're on it and they're perfect. Shitty surfers like me are like pumping and fighting and everything. And I think that's what you really want to do is you want to find this like flow state of being able to do everything you want without ever having to like feel like you're missing out, losing out, angry about it, happy about it. Like you should be able to feel emotions. I was watching this really interesting thing. Famous actor that he actually worked with, he was talking, he says, I no longer have depression. Like he's like, I
Mm.
still have like sadness, happiness, anger, elation, like all of these things, but they're just like clouds, like storm clouds. Like they don't sit there forever. They just come in and come out. And they like I don't allow them to like, really land on me or stick to me. And I
Mhm.
was like, that's kind of what you really want to
That's a
have is
pop-up rainstorm.
you want to have all of the same feelings, but you don't want to be like completely entrenched in them. Like
Mhm.
just you can't get out of them.
Dude,
Um,
surfing is hard. I went to Hawaii one time and I was just surfing in like, 3 or less than a foot waves. It was just like little waves that break just for like a starter. And Surge was his name. And he's like, if you have to jump, don't jump straight down, jump out because there was coral everywhere. Like it was just like little landmines of coral. So they're like, just go out,
you don't
kind
want
of
that
like,
shit.
yeah, instead of like pencil diving because we would really mess your stuff up. But it's hard. My shoulders were just wrecked because you got to paddle and paddle and paddle.
Yeah.
And we weren't even the huge waves, and I was
I
tired.
kicked I kicked some rocks, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of why I stopped surfing.
Yeah.
Let's see what this guy Cathal saying. Dear Uncle Hoo Hoo, I'm 4 weeks out from Copenhagen High Rocks. I'm losing all my time in the runs. Should I just focus these next weeks solely on running? I mean,
Mm,
Cathal, usually people who come to me with questions like this ask them, and then all of a sudden I give you a little bit of information. You go back to your dark room where you're by yourself and you still make the wrong decisions. And it's not meant to insult you, but the thing I would tell you is like, go onto our website, go to the High Rocks running section, invest in it. It's $40. All of us have $40 if you can afford to go to a High Rocks. Even if you live under a bridge, go mug somebody, get the money, put it on a credit card, pay the $40, and have a 4-week structure of running, really smart running. And pull back on all the other stuff if you know you're already good at it and have incremental increases of running. Like so many of my clients and people that I know in High Rocks, like I'll talk to them a couple weeks, months later, nothing's changed because they're trying to do 10 things at once.
mhm.
Just focus on running. Um, Something I want to talk about today, dude. I'm turning 35.
Yeah. You hitting that mid-30s point. Dude, I surpassed that. It's gonna be 2 years ago now. I'm on the back 9 of the 30s.
Yeah, dude. I
But I still feel like I could rip shit up, Like, I feel like I'm walking around stronger than I was at 27 was when I started this whole fitness journey when I was, like, fat, overweight, just, using a using a rubber band to tie up my shorts because the belt loop was pinging into my stomach. I was like, "Something needs to happen here." So, I feel stronger than I was at 27, even though the age meter shows that I'm gonna hit 37.
Hey man, I'm kind of amazed. Like I honestly I'm a monster. Like I'm the smartest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been, the most aware I've ever been. But I don't like it's not that I don't feel like I'm 35. Like I don't feel old. Like I don't
Mm-mm.
feel like somebody who was 35 because I remember when I was younger, I'd look at people in their 30s, I'm like, you old bag of balls. It's like you're old, dude.
Well, I
And
go into the liquor store now, and I was in, they didn't card me. And then the next guy walks in, he looked a little bit young. I was like, I didn't think he looks that much younger than me, but they definitely carded him. I was like, I must be at a point to where I look a lot. I look the age, but I don't feel it at all. I feel he was coming in, he's carding. I was like, shouldn't you card me? Like, guess not.
nah, he's like, "You're chill, dude. You're old as fuck." Um, so one thing I want to talk about today is I think this may be like one of our last consistent podcasts for a while.
Yeah.
Um, Ryan and I like have worked together for 2 years, and Ryan and I are going to kind of have a parting of the ways, and he's going to pursue some other interests as we continue to pursue ours. And man, like I'm going to get emotional about it. Like this has
Mhm.
been crazy. This has been 2 years of like talking every single day,
We've really ramped
multiple times a day. What's that?
we've really ramped up the production as well.
I
Because
know,
at
dude. It's
first
crazy.
I had my laptop like in the middle of the screen and using that camera, and that was awful.
Yeah,
No
dude.
bookshelf. It was over on the right. It was just a blank white wall.
Now you got a big screen TV and a bunch of teddy
Yeah.
bears and weird shit.
That TED
So
Talks.
yeah. So what is like in the 2 years time that we've been doing this together, like what are some of your biggest takeaways?
I don't know that I've ever worked harder and been more rewarded from a job. Like, just having a deadline and like having to actually stick to it. Because there's been other deadlines with work, like, hey, I'm getting a quote. I used to do insurance. It's like this quote needs to be done, and if not, there wasn't really like there was a definitive deadline, but it was like, hey, something popped up. I can't do it by noon, but I'll get you to it tomorrow. It wasn't really a thing, but like with us, we had such hard deadlines because we had a lot of things going on, and if it didn't get done, like we couldn't progress with the project. And it just showed me like how hard deadlines need to be set and what needs to be done in order to get those finished. And I don't know that I've learned from any other type of job of like how to work as hard as I did with the results that can come from it. So I would say thank you.
You're gonna be a weapon for anybody,
Hmm.
a serious weapon. You might even take over the entire office where you're going.
They're like, "How did you finish that? This wasn't supposed to be done till next week." I was like, "Normally I got 6 hours to do this."
I have 3 minutes to get this business. Yeah, dude. I have to say, like, when I first met you, I was a boy.
Yeah.
I was a boy in Boulder. And I don't know like what you'd read really before that, but like we were both just two wee lads.
Yeah.
And that house in Boulder, meeting in that room, you, me,
It
Kay,
brought me back.
Adrian.
There was an iron gate to open the front door. Then I
Yeah.
walk in. We go to the back, and I knew you from as a jokester online. And then we go into the house, and you're doing the tour. The first thing was off the side bedroom, and you're like, "Oh, this is where we burn dead bodies, actually." And I was like, "What is going on?" And then you're like, "All right, come see the rest of the house."
That's the cremator box. That was that
Yeah,
cremator box. That was so creepy. It was the grossest thing ever. I'm so convinced that
it's
the
in the
house
house.
that we were renting was a serial killer's house because it had this sink, like entirely metal covered, like cutting area, and then a
Mhm.
sink where you could just like saw someone's bones, wash the blood into the sink, bleach it down, and then there was a cremator box on the side.
Yeah.
I was like,
What
I
is
love this
this?
house.
Yeah.
Creepy as
And you're
all
like, "All
hell.
right, this area is done. Come see the rest of the place."
Yeah, dude.
We camped
Uh,
out there. I always tell this story because people are like, "How did you get involved with Hunter?" I was like, "I followed him online." And I followed you for like a year. I started pitching you on like, "Hey, what are you doing for your insurance?" And and then I was sitting watching TV and I saw your story like the team is growing. I need like a Swiss Army knife. And I was like, he must like MacGyver because he's using the Swiss Army knife terminology.
yeah.
So I think my subject on the email was like the Swiss Army knife man or something. And I listed out a few of my accomplishments, and Then I was sitting in my office at the Goosehead office, and I got this 208 number. I was like, New York? Who the hell's calling me from New York? I don't have any loan officers out there. And you're like, hey, dude, it's Hunter. I was like, oh shit, Hunter's calling me. And he's like, well, we're doing like a plan for the whole next year in the Colorado house if you want to fly out. I was like, all right. So I used all my Southwest points, and like that call was on Friday. So I booked it that day, and then I think the Tuesday of that next week, I was on a Southwest flight to Denver.
And then you got hospitalized because you slept on the wrong kind of pillow. You're such a
it was a neck rash. I woke up, I was like, Hunter's gonna think I'm a little bitch. But I was like, dude, I have blotches all over my neck. Or I walk in and you're gonna be like, he's about to give me like chicken pox or something. I was like, I can't show up for the second day of the workout.
I love that. I honestly, I love that chapter of the story. Yeah, dude. And can you like believe the amount of stuff that we've done together? We've won 2 world titles, set 3 or 4 world records.
Introduced new products into the States, like the product that was only available over in the UK for the pre-workout, and now we have it all there.
You were technically there for the launch of the UK builder business. You know, almost all of our introductions of like all different levels of house. What else? I mean, basically this podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast. What else have we done? Gosh.
Hybricon games.
Hybricon games, 2 years of Hybricon games together. Mm-hmm. Then also paying for some woman's car for 2 years, 3 years.
So the 2-year contract or 3-year contract ends January 27th, 2025. I talked with the finance people.
So we have another year. Okay.
Yep.
Fuck my
Janelle. Shout out Janelle if she's listening.
Oh, dude, she's just driving around right now, just stuffing her face with hot fries. Yeah, she's like, fuck Hunter. Oh, dude. I bet you they probably put like 1 billion miles on it too, and I'm gonna be like, you know, enforced for it. It's gonna be great. It's all right. God, what else have we done that's really crazy? I'm trying to think of something that like.
Oh, we did all the Fight the Fat signups and everything, and I like learned how to do email automation.
Oh yeah,
like the trigger points of the email, and then learn
HubSpot sucks dick.
Oh my
I hate
God.
HubSpot. I hate HubSpot. We really got screwed on that whole situation.
Automation through HubSpot. Learn how to do a landing page. Learn how to make training guide PDFs.
God, we've done some shit. What else?
Website.
Couple trips out here. Trip to Manchester.
That was dope.
We had an international trip together. That football game was epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
I seriously thought you guys were gonna get in, and I was just gonna have to watch it from that bar that we had just left.
No. Because the tickets? Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did we do? I'm trying to think of some weird shit that we did. I don't know, man. It was just a lot.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like, how you end up living. If you're just going for it, dude, you live 10 lifetimes in the space of just one year. If you just want to go. And we failed on a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part.
Well, we did a interactive like e-learning type of thing for like
ebook? The masterclass.
Yeah, the masterclass, and it was like, hey, what did you learn from this chapter? Choose A, B, and C, or write in your paragraph of what you learned. And like there was a whole e-learning like student type of booklet thing. Experientify we did.
Experientify was dope. I'm gonna go into the questions we also got. I got to get to.
Yes. So there's a YouTube short that you do, and it was a while back. We never talked about it, but you never gave out names, but I'll call myself out because we've talked about the story so many times. What? But you do a YouTube short where you're talking about, I was at a hike and these 2 guys, they couldn't keep up to me, and I found out that they were thinking about breaking my windshield or breaking my passenger side window to get in. Supposedly there was drinks inside.
Yeah, that was another good one, Dylan.
That would have been a fireable offense, I would imagine, or Ryan's paying.
It would have been a fireable offense, but I would have spanked the shit out of you guys because Dylan wanted to get into the car, and I was like, dude, a hot black car with black leather seats in the desert is not going to be any cooler than just sitting under a tree.
I think what he's trying to get was the like water liquid within the car. But I
I've
don't know. What I was also trying to see is I know there's those videos to where you tape duct tape 1, 2, 3 strips
and you
and
rip
then
it
down
down.
1, 2, 3, and then you could pull down on the duct tape and then the window does come down.
If we had
There
duct
was
tape,
no
it would have
duct
been
tape.
nice. Wow, he's gonna have to start his own podcast. Well, guys, we're not gonna stop with the podcast, and Ryan's
No,
not gonna
just
be gone
keep going.
forever. It's just the weekly regularity with Ryan's new job. It's gonna be tough. Ryan calling the cops when he's severely dehydrated. That was very funny. Bar talk girls. Um, you know, dude, I wanna say thank you. You have been the most valuable and long-standing person. I mean, dude, you've lasted almost longer than any other girl I've dated. You've been around through some of my. I'm a crazy person, by the way. I know that I'm absolutely batshit crazy, and I'm very grateful. I mean,
Thanks, man.
you have 100% been the backbone of this business, and I mean, I know wherever you go, you're going to be a super big asset in all aspects of life, dude. You're a great dude, which is so hard to find.
Yeah.
Good people. I've always compared you to the dog that like I could leave out in the rain. I could take you out in the sunshine. I could bring you on a boat. I could bring you in a jet. You may not like all the situations, but you're the
But I'll let
dog.
you have
You're the dog in the hunt every time.
yeah.
So I mean that's huge, man. And like, honestly, dude, like I had a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
like I honestly did. Like if I wasn't having fun, I'd fucking quit and I would do other stuff. And there's stress involved, like that. There's so much stress involved with trying to
Just
if you're
trying
going
out new things.
yeah, dude, if you're gonna go the speed of the rocket, you're gonna have friction.
Mhm.
It kicks back both ways. It's exhausting pushing forward and also the push back. So honestly, I'm grateful, dude. And I'm sure this is obviously not going to be the last time you're on the show. Like, I'd like to have you on more regularly, and but I respect, the future of your new position. Um, there's some
Dude, when
things,
we used to start this, we only had like 10 viewers.
yeah.
Like
Well,
10 live viewers. Now we're up to 65 on just you and I bullshitting.
well, you've also had like 1,000 during
Yeah.
the
When you were racing, we had Meg Jacoby and Bracken on.
yeah, dude. So
That
that's
was sick.
crazy to see in like 1 year's time how much we've increased this thing. And I know our Monday shoot the shit shows are like not meant to be this kind of thing where it's prolific and people are like, dumping their coffee all over their shirts because they can't like, can't keep up with it. But this has been the Howard Stern of High Rocks, and
Yeah.
you've been my Robin. You've been my Robin. Robin Robin's amazing, but like for some reason, whenever I listen to Howard Stern, I would probably say 1 in 5 shows, they always just refer back to the time that she just randomly met a
Shitting
dude
pants?
on the streets. No,
Oh,
she met a
that's yeah.
dude on the streets. Have you heard the story?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he takes her to a public bathroom, fucks her in the butt. Like, doesn't
Yes.
even
Yeah.
go for the puss, just goes straight for the butt. I'm just like,
She talks about how it self lubricated. They're like,
yeah,
it's not a self lubricating thing. She goes, oh, it did.
yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how has this happened 1 in 5 shows?
Yeah,
It's just
they always
about
talk
you.
about that the time Robin was running and she shit her pants and she had to go up to the man watering the lawn to like wash herself out.
Oh my god,
That's a
that
classic Robin story.
that happened to me one time around here where I was running and I was dating this girl that I was really trying to impress, and her friends were coming over to the house, and I went for this big run, and the heat wave came in, and I started cooking, and I was
Yeah.
running through my neighborhood in Malibu, just screaming like down below, screaming agua, agua por favor, and I almost passed out and didn't make it back up to the party, and I was
Mm,
so gaunt and dehydrated by the time these people got to the house, I couldn't even talk to them.
mm. I
Shit,
hopped
man.
the fence. I was in Naples. I was working at a golf course for the summer, and then I decided it was at Bonita Springs. And then I drove back down to Naples, decided to run the nice area, and I ran a little bit too far without the water. And I hopped the fence to like the gated community where they had the pool and everything. I was like sleeking down the background to like the pool area to get into the restrooms there, so I could, get some water. But I wasn't gonna make it back. But I was definitely like, you had to have a pass or like be part of that neighborhood. Definitely wasn't. I was just hopping fences.
Shit, dude. When you first met Jen, how long did
Yeah.
it take you to realize that you liked her?
She was a running member at the running studio. So like I would stay back and be like, "Hey, what type of material is that shirt that you wear? That's a really nice tank top that you got on." It was like the t-shirt that was out there in the
Solid,
front that anyone could
solid
buy.
move. Yep,
Like,
yep, solid move.
nice shirt. And then we were like, we synced up on like running schedules because we were both training for the one of the half marathons in the fall. And so it was just kind of like back and forth that we would meet each other out on and work with each other's schedules on like doing spin-off runs from like the studio.
So from first conversation to first date, how long did it take?
It was probably like a month, 2 months.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting. How long did it take for her to recognize that you were trying to make romantic moves?
Well, she was kind of confused with the t-shirt and like, "Hey, where'd you get this shirt?" She's like, "Doesn't he know that there's other shirts right out there that anyone can buy? Like these shirts aren't special. Like I'm wearing the shirt that is provided, like any member could buy." So I think she was just a bit confused as to why I was hitting on her.
Just like a really bad pickup line.
Yeah,
I've never seen a shirt like that before.
where'd you get the crazy exotic shirt that anyone can buy out there?
This guy says right here his fiance gave him kudos on Strava and the rest was history. How the
Hmm.
hell did a girl pick you up on Strava? That'd be so hot if a girl picked me up on Strava. God, I'm getting
Maybe
choked up.
maybe you're missing the boat on like all these, dating apps. Maybe just dive into the Strava app and see who is down the list on one of the sections that you set the what you get crowned like the fastest person for the challenge. You just go into that. Be like, "Hey, I see that you're number 2. Want to go try to do this race again and see if you could beat my time?"
Trying to think if I've ever met anybody hot on Strava. I don't know. I just started chatting with the new girl. It's the first time I've been excited about talking to a girl in a while. I
Mhm.
think honestly, part of it has to do with probably this mushroom trip a little bit. My brain's been a little bit shut off. And now I feel like ever since I had that trip, my peripheral vision has opened. Like, do you see that when I like moved, it, like made the light capture a bit bigger?
When you
Yeah.
have your hands like this, you have like the ball of light here. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it just like has like opened up my heart and my mind a little bit. And I started chatting to this girl and I was like, why do I feel different?
Mhm.
What's happening? Like, did you know right away or did you
Heart
take a
grew
while?
3 sizes.
Yeah, dude. I went from the Grinch. I was like, "Rah!" And then all of a sudden it was like bump, bump, bump. Yeah,
His
totally
heart
different.
grew 3 sizes that yeah?
Did it feel that way with you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, going a after we did one of the like a late night run, at
Ooh,
one of the
erotic.
yeah, it was like the sun was setting, then we just
Ooh.
talked out in the, by the cars after, and I stayed there and I got 30 different mosquito bites, but we caught up and we talked for quite a while that night.
How long did it take to you to get your first kiss?
It was probably right around that 1 month mark.
So wait, first time you hung out with her,
Mhm.
you talked to her. Let's just say you talked to her about her shirt.
Yes.
30 days later, you got a kiss.
Well, yeah, because we weren't I didn't know if, that there was some things going on. I didn't know if I could, like, pursue her
Yeah.
because she was, like, getting out of a relationship, and so there was that going on.
Well, I don't know.
It's like, yeah.
I'm just asking out of curiosity because you said 1 to 2 months. So I'm just trying to get a
Well,
timeline
the
here.
the timeline is it I don't know. It is 2 years ago, 3 years ago now.
Every single girl I've ever dated long term,
Mhm,
I saw them and I was like, this is it.
mhm.
Like locked. Didn't even talk to him. Don't know anything about him. Nothing. Every single time.
Well, it was right after that late or, like, the late night run that we went out running that I was like, "Alright, I think there's something here."
Interesting. Did she think you were like a gay guy or something at first? Or was she just
Did she think I was gay guy?
yeah, I
No.
can see with your haircut and be like, "Hey, that's a really nice shirt. I love that material." I can see that. I can see that.
I spread on some cologne and I was running ahead of her.
Ooh.
She's like, "Ooh, what's that you're wearing?" And then she told me later, she's like, "I was wondering why you were wearing, like, cologne going out to run." I was like, "Yeah."
Such a D-bag move. The girl I've been chatting to, I was like I've told her straight up, and she's like I was FaceTiming the other day, and she's like, "Why are you brushing your teeth for so long?" I was like, "Oh, I haven't had toothpaste at the house in about a week, so I have to brush my teeth for longer." 'Cause dude, I'll come home and I'll just, like, not leave the mountain. I will
Yeah.
not leave the mountain, and I'll just stay up here. There's no
If
toilet
there's no
paper,
one else there, I mean, there's really not a need for, like, changing underwear or
no soap. Dude, I
yeah.
wear the same pair of sweatpants shorts by Represent and a hoodie and a t-shirt, and then, like, my obviously, my sweaty clothes, like, they go in the laundry, but,
Mhm.
like, other than that, like, I get wet, I don't even use soap, and I brush my teeth, and I could bite through a steel cable.
I mean, what's his face? Uh, the Liver King. He's like, "I don't ever wipe my ass and I don't ever brush my teeth."
Well, that's foul. The wiping ass thing is foul. What the fuck?
I was like, "Aren't you married, bro?" He
With
is.
children?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's hysterical? So at the end of every single day, I will look through the people that followed me most, like,
Mhm.
recently, and I learned this from somebody. They're like, "Hey, man, like, every single one of those people is a new lead in business, and, like, you have no idea what you're gonna find out there. You should go look at the most recent people that followed you, and if there's somebody interesting, shoot them a DM." The CEO of this company called Good Wipes followed me, and I just wrote him and I said, "You're doing the Lord's work. It's like wet wipes for your ass that are
Yeah.
biodegradable." And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Dude, what you're doing is amazing for the community." Because, dude, if after you use a couple wet wipes on your ass, you're like, "How did I ever use this, like, broken down paper to wipe my ass?
Mhm.
Like, this is ridiculous. These wet wipes are incredible."
Yeah.
And he
Well, I
sent
think
me a bunch of them.
we sent him a couple supplements, and then he emailed us back asking for, like, your address. I think
Did you
he
get
asked
some
for
too?
mine too. Yeah, I sent him mine, and he's gonna send us some.
Dude, I already got it. I'm using it right now. My beehole is the cleanest it's been ever. Ever, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? It is
Do you think if there was an
beautiful.
analysis between bidet cleaning and these wet wipe cleaning, what one would be a little bit more, uh, pristine?
I would say wet wipe because if you think
Yeah.
about the bidet thing, you're basically just splashing water on your shit covered ass and you're hoping that it's getting all the poo out of there. Like the wet wipe, you've got an opportunity to do some work. Be
Yeah.
specific.
What did you do out on the trail when the Appalachian Trail when that struck? I've seen this one video to where this guy takes a piece of paper like this, punches basically punches a hole like this. Then he said, wipe around. Then once you get done, then you go like this, and then you throw it away. He goes, that's the most efficient way to clean. I said, that's a
Dude,
little weird.
I use rocks and sticks, dude.
Yeah.
So you know that I went to rehab for 3+ months.
Hmm.
Out in the
Yeah.
woods, and when I
Outdoor.
was younger, I was in the woods all the time, and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna go home to take a shit, I'm gonna shit in the woods."
Hmm.
Like, we were making tree forts, everything like that. I just would shit and clean my ass with a rock and a stick. It's just the same thing toilet paper is. It's actually better than toilet paper because it doesn't break down in your hands while you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it was so crazy when I was in that rehab, there was, like, this whole system because they didn't want us to have an impact on the environment, and they made us go shit in a hole. We'd have to dig a hole and then, like, put some branches down and shit inside of it and then bury it, and it was
Hmm.
foul. It was the grossest thing ever because you got, like, 15, 20 people living out there in the woods shitting in one hole. It's disgusting. So I would just go out into the woods wherever I wanted to and shit, and there was this guy named Rob who had Asperger's, who had a drug problem with our rehab.
Mm.
This motherfucker was a narc. So he would, like, go around, like, just aimlessly, like, walk through the woods, looking for our turds to tattle on us.
He's like, he
And
didn't do it in the designated spot.
oh yeah, dude, it was so funny. So this motherfucker would rat on everybody, and mostly me because I was the one doing it the most. And like, I'll never forget. So we get like, one of the counselors like, "Hey guys, everyone come together. We have to have a talk." And I'm like, "All right, what's up?" And they're like, "So we just found out that somebody has not been following protocol." And everyone's like kind of looking around. They're like, "So Rob was taking a walk and found that somebody had used the bathroom out of the confines of our latrine." And Rob's like sitting there like, and they're like, "Does anybody want to be honest?" No one's speaking up. They're like, "Listen, guys, this is very important that we have honesty amongst your group." I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking me. All right, guys, I'm not a savage. I'm not going to shit in a hole on top of all the other shit that you guys have in there. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck you, Rob."
Yeah.
Like, I just had like one of the typical hunter outbursts, and they would kick me out of the group, and I would have to go live by myself all the time. And due to the first 7 weeks that I was there, I was out of the group for 24 days of the first 35.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Is this like solitary
Yeah,
or
it's
just inside
solitary.
your own
It's not
area?
like you're in a cage, you're out in the woods. So
Yeah.
basically, like if the group's all here together, sitting around a campfire, hanging out, talking about their feelings, blah, 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 bullshit, like 100 to 200 yards away is Hunter
Oh,
around his own
doesn't
little
sound
tribe.
that bad, actually.
I didn't care. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
joke's on you bitches. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Like, you guys think that you're teaching me something by making me sit by myself? I was like, this is just dumb. Like, you guys think that you're so intelligent. Like, this is the way that you're going to help me get off drugs is by getting me to sit by myself because I pooped. I loved it. I loved it so much. I completely demoralized so many of the staff there because I was,
Is
yeah.
that you ever look up, is that program still in existence today? Like that company that what
Dude,
they do?
Google second nature Entrada, St. George, real quick.
Second Nature Intrada?
Yep.
How do INTRA? Oh, hang on. I saw a Utah Second Nature.
Second nature.
Yeah,
Not
I got it
now.
here.
Yeah, Santa Clara, Utah. Maybe it's closed down.
Is this not it?
Well, let me see. I'm not on the screen. Probably. See what we got here. See what we got. Sick. Sick. Go to the program overview. Let's see what these bullshitters try to say. It says 13 to 17. I was 18, so that's not right.
Wilderness therapy at Second Nature.
Yeah, baby. That's your boy.
First wilderness program to employ a therapist-driven model. Most benefits. Therapeutic wilderness experience. Pioneering such service as niche groups, individual treatment, and variable length of stays to service such a comprehensive family support. Second Nature's full, immersive, therapeutic experience. Average 2 support professionals each student.
I guess I was out there for
Hey,
just
you're
over
out in the woods, man.
I think I was just out there over 2 months, actually, now that I add up the days. November to December, December to January, January. I think I got out February 11th.
Isn't that weird that you still remember the exit day?
Well, Natalie.
Yeah. This has got to be it, right?
Let's see here. Natalie,
Learn about us.
Detroit. Let's see here.
Location.
No, that's Glenn McIntyre. That's got to be wrong. Where is this? Natalie McIntyre. I can't find this thing. I'm trying to find out when my grandmother passed away because they took me out of rehab because of it. Locations. Yeah, go to locations. See what those motherfuckers are trying to do. They started me in St. George. It does not look this cute. Yeah.
Deutschens, Utah.
Dude, it was insanely cold. It was so cold. You see how it's 5 to 7,000 feet? We were out
Mhm.
there getting fucked.
Wow.
says right here, 10 to up to 10,000 feet. There's a Netflix documentary called Hell Camp. I don't know
Okay,
if
I
what
was
we went through was Hell Camp, but these guys were idiots. Let me just tell you, can't like they were. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater, but I don't think they were really educating anybody about like drug use. They were just like having us be in the woods and trying to get us to work on our feelings. They weren't really introducing anybody to the principles, the fact that like you have to create structure for the lifestyle that exists outside of the woods. And there's a really bad integration of getting people outside of rehabs back into society. And that's what I had the arguments with them about all the time. I was like, guys, drugs are going to be there right when you get out of this thing. Don't listen to what they have to say.
just hold on for 2 months. We're gonna be back soon.
No. Yeah, dude, it was weird
I
as
can
all
call
hell.
the plug in 2 months.
Yeah. What would you now that you're 37, what did you ask for your birthday?
Oh, I talked to Jen about it, but driving fast sports cars. There's a track in Chicago where you can buy where you can rent, I don't know, it's for the hour, maybe a couple laps, but you can drive like Ferraris or Corvettes or Lambos or something.
Dude, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, there's only two things I can really think of, and that's I want to go for a big bike ride for my birthday,
Mhm,
and I want to literally rent like a GT3 RS or a Viper ACR.
mhm.
I would fucking be so excited.
Yeah. I get Instagram pop-up ads for it. I think I've saved a couple. But yeah, you get to choose whatever type of vehicle that you want, and you get to do a couple laps in on the sports track.
Let's see if we can find something real quick. Because I can't think of anything I really want. Porsche, here we go. Here we go. Select model. Looks like they don't have GT3s in here.
Extreme experience. Drive exotic sports cars. All right, near you, 40 location. Let's find a drive.
Yeah,
In Texas, Florida, Georgia, a lot of
man,
southern.
that
Nashville,
sucks.
Indianapolis, April
Oh,
5th through the 6th, Putnam Park Road. That's probably the nearest track.
what the hell,
Yeah,
man?
249. 18 starting. Oh, you can break it along some pavements. Supercar experiences. You get 3 laps. Yeah, check this out.
Where
Might
is
be
this
some
from?
around you. Let's add to the screen. This is only one of them, but this looks pretty cool. Extreme experience. I always wanted a Porsche. I would get like race car games like on Xbox or PlayStation, and these are the only games I would play, like renting Porsches or driving like Lambos or Vipers.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to look at, dude. I got to find out where I can rent one. Um,
So if we go
hey guys,
back,
I want to make
this
a
is
like
just riding on a track, but yeah.
any of you guys who purchase our Strength X2 in the UK, it should be shipping out in the next 4 to 5 days. And
Yeah.
we are really
So
sorry.
he said they went to production or like they saw the money's in their bank account, so they can do the ship out to our warehouse like today or tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a progress. We hustled for you guys. I'm sorry
Sorry about
that it
that.
took so long.
We
But
put it on the site, knowing the time that it takes, but there was some production delays and delay of wires and with bank holidays and stuff that delayed the overall finished product. So it was an estimation day. I know you're sending in the emails that's kind of what's going on and why there's been a delay.
we're trying for you guys. I want to talk a little bit about training
Yeah.
before we get off here. Guys, I'm really like at this point just trying to lose weight. So if you guys want to do this with me, I want a clubhouse. Every Sunday, we're not allowed to eat until the last meal of the day, and you're only allowed to eat one thing.
Mm.
So I'm fasting completely every Sunday now, and it sucks ass. I drink as much coffee and builder as I want. Like right here. Last night, I just came home and I ate a ribeye. I didn't eat all fucking day. So it was basically by the time I got to the house and had that steak, it was basically the equivalent of 10 p.m. at night. And I had woken up at 5. Brutal. But when I got back from Europe, I was like, I'm really going to get my life in order. I started to look at my diet. I started at 207. I got down to 201, and then I went back up to 207. And I'm so lean that there's veins like pouring out of my body. And I cannot figure out how the fuck to lose this weight. I keep on getting more muscular. I'm
Would
stronger
you
than
have
I've
to
ever
lose
been.
muscle mass? Would you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
lose muscle mass in order to lose weight?
I mean, dude, like I can still pinch fat. I can still pinch fat on my body. So I'm probably 2 or 3% body fat from where I really should be. And if
Wow.
let's just say I'm 205 right now, if I lose 3% body fat from like 8 or 9%, let's go high side 9, I'm down to 6%. That's 6 pounds off from 203. So now I'm down to 197. And then let's just say I lose like a pound or two of muscle. I'm listening to this really great book. This really, really great book right now. All what is this? All about Tour de France. I'm all on Tour de France until the World Championships. I'm reading every book there is to know about Tour de France, and I'm reading The Secret Race by Tyler Hamilton, the guy who was Olympic gold medalist. He got caught for doping, was on Lance Armstrong's team, blah blah blah. I think he came second place at Tour de France. He talks about how fit you can tell another cyclist is by how tight their ass is and how veiny their legs are. Like he's like, you need to have the smallest ass in the entire world that can push the most power. And I have a huge ass. So maybe I can lose. Yeah, I could lose a little bit of weight in my ass and maybe a little bit in my tits. I have big tits too. Body of Puerto Rican woman. So
TNA,
boys,
TNA.
TNA. Guys, I need accountability partners. So let's work on that.
Jared is on it every morning. He's a 5 a.m. clubber.
Yeah, dude. I'm addicted to these guys. Nick and Jared are my boys. Alex, if you want to join the fasting club, I'm not gonna lie. I think Alex, you should join the fasting club. You have to stop training so hard and maybe work on your diet for fucking once. Alex
I think
is
he
either
was,
going to
he
kill
was trying to
himself.
go from 40,000 to 80,000 steps in one day.
Yeah,
I was
dude,
like,
Alex.
I get that you want to be the top of it, but I don't want you to hurt yourself just trying to get double your steps.
Yeah, dude. I have to say, you are basically like you are like the quintessential January sign up for a gym, train as hard as you can for 2 weeks, and then never go back to the gym for a year again kind of guy. And I love you, but like,
we need to expand
yeah,
that.
we want you to get there.
Yeah. We expand the energy that you're putting into these like 2 weeks. Just take some breaths in between that time.
Fuck. Yeah, dude. This is so crazy. This guy Vincent says he also talks about in his book how they'd go for 6-hour rides, then straight to bed with a sleeping pill so they didn't have to feel hunger. Like I'm ready to literally make myself go through insanity to get to the weight that I need to get to. Like I don't care. This is something I want to talk about. Now, this is probably something I'm going to talk about in bigger lengths, but High Rocks is now officially starting to change the sleds. And you realize this weekend that
I
Dylan
got some
Scott,
updates on that. Yeah.
yeah, Dylan Scott's a great guy, but we know Dylan
He
Scott's not
took
a
50
55-minute
seconds off. Yeah.
no, he's not a 55-minute athlete. That's like the 4th or 5th fastest time in history. And now you're going to notice these sleds are going to be so fast, which can make my time faster also. But at the same time, you're going to watch the entire field of athletes change because of the design of the sled, where you're going to start to see more people like Dylan Scott start to do better. And here's something I want to bring to you guys, and I may petition to try to have this changed. It's not my sport, but I'm one of the, first athletes in it. When we first started High Rocks, it was so hard to do sleds. And it has gotten increasingly easier, not because we're getting stronger, but because they've been changing the carpet material. Now they're changing the sleds. And now the sleds have like gone down to less than 50% of the time of what originally used to take us. We're not that much better, guys. I'm going to be totally honest. None of my stations have increased by that much. I've maybe taken about 10 to 15 seconds off my burpees, maybe 10 to 15 seconds off my wall balls, maybe not 90 seconds on both sleds. And the interesting thing about Hyrox sleds was it made it an equation that you had to figure out. It was this balance of strength and conditioning that made it very interesting. And if this just becomes a purely endurance-based sport with extremely light sleds, it's just not going to be cool anymore. And I think that we should ask for them to put on an extra 2 plates back on top of the pro division. If you guys want to be in the open division, you want to have it easy, that's fine. But if you want to consider yourself a pro player, they should put pro level weights there. Because at this point, the pro weights have now basically diminished down to an open level weight.
So one of our house guys, Matt Mason, just competed over the weekend with his doubles partner. They got first place in their division going to Worlds. So congratulations, guys. But he texted me after and he goes, dude, the sleds that we just pushed are insanely easy. And he goes, Hunter is gonna, I was like, Hunter's gonna run with it. Because the sleds are just so quick. He goes, Dylan Scott pushed the sled 50 seconds faster than he normally does with the thing. It's all Chris Hemsworth's company, which it's great. It's a great high quality product. I would assume, but the way that the sled interacts with the carpet is a lot different than what their OG sleds are, and it's just making everything quicker. So then all the world record times are good. Need to have like an asterisk. It was like before Chris Hemsworth equipment, and then AC after his equipment.
Well, in the Olympics for javelin, which used to be my sport, as soon as these guys got so powerful, they had to change the design of the javelin to make sure that it fell faster. And we're not at that point. We're not so fast that they have to change the weights. But to me, it's actually going to need to go in the reverse. To make this sport continuously interesting, they're going to have to add weight. They're changing the materials. It is drastically going to change the experience of it. And now we're at the point where it's like, guys, we got to get back to the original core of this sport. I know that you took a paycheck from center, but what you're doing is you're changing the dynamic of the sport just for a paycheck.
The technicality of it,
Yeah.
So yes, we want to have fitness for everybody. Like everyone should be able to do it, but the toughness level still needs to be there. The amount of time that it takes you to push that sled should still be within the average of 5 to 10 seconds, not 50 seconds off your average time. That's crazy.
I mean, I was really interested in trying to break 52 minutes this year, and I was like, guys, this will be absolutely fascinating. Let me tell you.
You're going to be able to do it. No problem now.
I got penalties, and I was 53.22. So if you take away the penalties, I would have been brought down to 53.01. Think about if you took those sleds off. That'd be 40 seconds for sure. So now I'm at 52.20. And it's like, I don't feel like I earned that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I want my next race to be something that it was amazing because I trained for it, not because this race is getting easier. But maybe we sit down and we talk about this in greater lengths another time.
Do you want to touch on the fact that they've added a section to the rule book with for testing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen,
that caveat.
If I had to guess,
all day.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna put it on the wall as a prediction. The smartest way that they could do this, I don't think they're going to do it, is they test in Rotterdam. Sorry, not Rotterdam, Cologne. But they're not going to do
it. You're giving too much logic here, man. You got to think non-logically.
Okay, wait a second. I say that they find children and they have them do the test first. Just random children from the crowd, non-German children. Let's see here. So Cologne would be the first place they test, and the smartest thing they could do. Now, guys, the smartest thing they could do is test the top 3 people plus 1, meaning top 3 and then another random person out of the Elite 15, chose them at random. They do the same thing at Anaheim. Top 3 plus 1. Then they go to Worlds and they go do Worlds. They do top 3 plus 1. The top 3, obviously, those are the people on the podium spot. The randomized test plus 1 just gives it this kind of variance, which is kind of like a hey guys, we just want to make sure that obviously this is a very small window of people in the top 3. We want to see if everything else is somewhat in balance. And what you're doing right there, if you multiply that times 2, that is 12 times 2. That's 24 tests administered in the 2024 season. If each and every single one of those tests cost $1,000, like that's not that much. And it'd equal the
you aren't
first
going to
place
test the whole
prize.
field.
No, it would equal the first place prize that I get, but it would supposedly, I guess, have this illusion that we have a clean sport. I don't think that we have like a lot of people doping in the sport, but if they're going to do it, you can't just make a post like that. Now, what do I assume that they're going to do? Nothing. They will probably test.
They're just making the threat.
Oh yeah. They'll probably, for the sake of it, they will test the top 2 people or 3 people at Worlds. I'm ready for that fucking piss cup. I am. You should see, dude. Go to the post.
Is
Go
it on
look at
High
the
Rock
amount.
America or?
No. I can't remember what it was. Let's just do this thing real quick. Go to Rock's Life.
Yeah.
And then they talk about the drug testing. Where is that?
It was a swipe through.
No, but they also had like a post about it.
Yeah, it was a screenshot from the rule book.
No,
Rock's Life doesn't have anything. Maybe on a story.
I can't remember the name of it. It was like HXR High Rocks. What was that? They have like a whole other page.
That might be Ian's podcast, right?
Yeah. What is that called?
What is it like? It's UK.HXR Fitness Racing Podcast. Shout out.
Okay, here we go.
Anti-doping policy. Hang on, here we go.
209 negative comment. They're all negative, by the way. Listen to these fucking bitches.
Is it this what you're looking at?
Where the fuck are these comments?
Right here, bud.
Oh, no. I'm looking at the comments. These people are all so negative.
Very best luck to everyone racing. Oh.
Ooh, look at this person saying more women are tested positive than men. Will all elite 15 be tested? Change. I believe their individuals are using PEDs. This is one guy. Unfortunately, there's too much to fucking
More women
read.
testing positive than men.
Yeah.
Change things at the top. I believe there are individuals using PEDs.
Yeah, PEDs. High Rocks Daily.
Excellent.
Just look for scapegoats to show that they're doing something. Nice. These guys just love throwing out hate. This is great for the sport. Wonder, will they test the top guys or just look for scapegoats? Everybody's just accusing the top people of being on the juice. Yeah. I would say a lot of the people that I would guess would be really on it are these people that are in like the elite, not the elite 15. They're like the age groupers. Those people are dirty as all
on the
hell.
cusp.
Yeah.
Or like on the cusp of making that the top 15.
Yeah. You have to really be careful though. You should look at the WADA list because there are a lot of banned substances on the WADA list.
Are you talking the WADA, like Wadapalooza?
No, WADA is the testing company. WADA,
WHA?
WADA banned substances. Let's see. Let's get the prohibited list. Let's get some of the stuff in here. Allow. Where's the list?
Hang on, let me load it. Prohibited world at the stage.
All diuretics, masking agents, manipulations of blood, chemical and physical manipulations, genes, stimulants, Let's check out stimulants.
No Adderall.
Ooh, cocaine's out. Shit.
Oh, damn it.
Shit.
All right, remove. Let's see if we can add. Share this tab
Okay.
instead.
Cannabinoids. You're not allowed to smoke pot anymore.
Yeah, no edibles. Let's see.
Fuck.
Stimulants. Do we jump over? Is that where you're seeing? In competition, all prohibited substances, S6.A. Amphetamines. Well, I won't go through on how to pronounce these because that won't work out well, but here's all your
Anything else here? Manipulation
stimulants.
of blood. Damn it. I love to manipulate my blood.
Narcotics. Who's
Well,
doing
yeah,
narcotics before a morphine? I guess morphine.
me all the time.
Oxycodone.
Shit, you're not allowed to do EPO? What the hell, man? This is ruining my whole
Tramadol.
strategy.
Cannabinoids.
Dude, you're not allowed to taste kiss peptins.
What is a kisspeptin?
I don't know.
Oh, beta blocker. What is it? Why would I want to do a beta blocker? What does this do for me?
Some people just get anxious during competition. Can't hold it together.
So it's like an anti-anxiety type of thing.
Yeah.
Billiards. People are taking beta blockers for billiards and golf
Fuck.
and
Dude,
mini
you're not allowed
golf.
to take testosterone?
Oh, including but not limited to albuterol. No, acebutol, not albuterol. A lot of alls. A lot of lols.
I mean, there's nothing that bad in here. I don't think anybody's gonna get caught, dude. I know those people are sitting there just being like, "Oh yeah, oh, I ate goat meat and I got steroids in me, or I took the wrong supplement."
Yeah.
They're liars.
That's lawyer talk.
Yeah. If I were you, just like anything that's out of the norm, don't take it before you get to world championships, and you'll be fine.
Eat
Like
your
one of
normal. If you're eating normal, eat what you normally eat, and you'll be good.
One of my dumbass friends, he was on our world championship team at High Rocks World Championships, and we won the world title. And then he ended up getting caught taking DHEA rather than DHA. And DHA is like a joint medication. DHEA is like more of like a testosterone enhancer. And he didn't know what he was taking, and he bought the wrong thing. I honestly don't think
You
he's a
got this from
liar.
like a GNC?
Basically,
Uh.
total idiot move.
Is there stuff at GNC that is regular over the counter that would be on the prohibited list?
I don't think anything crazy, but honestly, like, you can take too much vitamin C, you can take too much like caffeine. There's things like that that you wouldn't know that you're going to get caught up in that people have definitely been in trouble for. And then all of a sudden, like you could take things that are like Dayquil,
Yeah.
that keep you up, that have like some kind of like dexamethasone,
Yeah.
could totally fuck you.
Well, you said caffeine, so you just take a whole bunch of pre-workout, you could be effed?
I think there's certain doses that you can't be near. And
I
it's
think that's
crazy.
just like
It's crazy
for
doses.
runners. Like you'd have to take like 800 milligram. Like it gets into the several hundreds, like 5, 6, 7, 800 milligrams of caffeine that could potentially give you a boost, but you'd have to be at that level.
Yeah, well,
that's a lot of caffeine on the heart.
So that the book that I've been listening to right now with Hamilton, so the guy ended up getting caught. He was banned for dope, and then he got back into sport a couple years later, and then he got caught again, but this time it was because he was taking antidepressant medication, which he'd always had depression issues, but they were banned. So it's like you just don't know until you know. So you got to be a little bit careful.
Are you going to look at what do they have? I mean, this is the WADA list, but now
I'm
that
gonna look it
IROX is
over,
doing
man. But I know with absolute certainty that I'm not taking banned substances, and there could be something in my life that's like maybe in there. But I'm gonna double check everything that I'm eating and review it. Like I'm not racing anytime soon, so I'm not gonna. They're not gonna test us out of whatchamacallit. That'd be funny. I actually have a meeting with Christian on Wednesday. I would love if he tried to take a piss test out of me. I'd pee on him a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, like I can't imagine that they're gonna test us. So if you guys are cheating, like keep on doing it until you need to stop. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think I don't think there's a lot of concern. But the more I think about this, like they do have to make a statement. Like let's just try to say that they were going to try to go for the 2028 Olympics.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that, 2032 Olympics. At that point, I'd be 42 years old. You have to be really careful. You just have to be careful, like, you know, if you don't list the fact that you don't accept like drugs and stuff like that, and you haven't been doing testing regularly, you could potentially be out of the bidding. And it's such a cheap amount of money to invest.
So they're doing this as like a precautionary tale, putting it in writing so they can document, hey, we started this in 2024.
Yeah.
For track records. Okay. Yeah, uk.hxr. That is the super awesome Instagram for Fitness Racing Podcast. Good job, Ian.
Well, I got to get some training done. Otherwise, I'm going to miss this 10 a.m. meeting with you guys. So I got to bounce. People, I love y'all. Homie, thanks
Later,
for the
Gabe.
show again.
Yes. 10 a.m. to noon. Me, you, Alex.
Let's roll, baby.
All right, late.
Later, guys.